श्री महाभारत कथा। श्री महाभारत कथा। महाभारत कथा। कथा है पुरुषार्थ की, ये स्वार्थ की, परमार्थ की सारथी जिसके बने श्री कृष्ण भारत पाथ की। शब्द दिग्घोषित हुआ जब सत्य सार्थक सर्व था। शब्द दिग्घोषित हुआ। यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य ग्लानिर्भवति भारत, अभ्युत्थानम् अधर्मस्य तदात्मानं सृजाम्यहम्। परित्राणाय साधूनां विनाशाय च दुष्कृतां, धर्म संस्थापनार्थाय संभवामि युगे युगे।
And for that curse, Dharma was born a Sudra in the form of the learned Vijura, of pure body, who was perfectly sinless. And the Sutta was born of Kunti in her maidenhood through Surya. And he came out of his mother's womb with a natural coat of mail and face, brightened by earrings. And Vishnu himself, of worldwide fame, and worshipped of all the worlds, was born of Devaki through Vasudeva, for the benefit of the three worlds. He is without birth and death, of radiant splendor, the creator of the universe and the Lord of all. Indeed, he who is the invisible cause of all, who knoweth no deterioration, who is the all-pervading soul, the center round which everything moveth, the substance in which the three attributes of sattva, rajas and tamas co-inhere, the universal soul, the immutable, the material out of which hath been created this universe, the Creator himself, the controlling Lord, the invisible dweller in every object, progenitor of this universe of 5 elements, who is united with the 6 high elements, attributes, is the pranava, or of the Vedas, is infinite, incapable of being moved by any force save his own will, illustrious, the embodiment of the mode of life called sannyasa, who floated on the waters before the creation, who is the source. Whence hath sprung this mighty frame, who is the great combiner, the uncreate, the invisible essence of all, the great immutable bereft of those attributes that are knowable by the senses, who is the universe itself, without beginning, birth, and decay, is possessed of infinite wealth, that grandsire of all creatures, became incarnate in the race of the Antaka Vrishnis, for the increase of virtue, and Satyaki and Kritavarma, conversant with the use of weapons possessed of mighty energy, well versed in all branches of knowledge, and obedient to Narayana in everything and competent in the use of weapons, had their births from Satyaka and Ridika, and the seed of the great Rishi Bharadwaya of severe penances, kept in a pot, began to develop. And from that seed came Drona, the pot-born. And from the seed of Gautama, fallen upon a clump of reeds, were born 2 that were twins, the mother of Aswathaman, called Kripi, and Kripa of great strength. Then was born Drishtadhyamna, of the splendor of Agni himself, from the sacrificial fire. And from the sacrificial altar was born Krishna, Draupadi, resplendent and handsome, of bright features and excellent beauty. And from Suvala was born a son, Sakuni, who from the curse of the gods became the slayer of creatures and the foe of virtue. And unto him was also born a daughter, Gandhari, the mother of Duryodhana. And from Krishna was born, in the soil of Vichitravira, Dhritarashtra, the lord of men, and Pandu of great strength. And from Dwaipayana also born in the Sudra caste, the wise and intelligent Vidura, conversant with both religion and profit, and free from all sins. And unto Pandu by his 2 wives were born 5 sons like the celestials. And unto the wise Dhritarashtra were born 100 sons, viz. Duryodhana and others, and another named Yuyutsu, who was born of a Vaisya woman. And Abhimanyu was born of Subhadra, the sister of Vasudeva through Arjuna, and was therefore the grandson of the illustrious Pandu. And unto the 5 Pandavas were born 5 sons by their common wife, Panchali. And Bhima, in the forest, begot on Hidimva a son named Ghatokacha. And from Drupada was born a daughter, Sikhandin, who was afterwards transformed into a male child. In that great battle of the Kurus came hundreds of thousands of monarchs for fighting against one another. And at that time when the earth was bereft of Kshatriyas, the Kshatriya ladies, desirous of offspring, used to come, O monarch, to the Brahmanas, and Brahmanas of rigid vows had connection with them during the womanly season alone, but never, O king, lustfully and out of season. The son of Jamadagni, Parasurama, after 21 times making the earth bereft of Kshatriyas, wended to that best of mountains, Mahendra, and there began his ascetic penances. And thus sprang the Kshatriya race from Kshatriya, ladies by Brahmanas of ascetic penances. And the new generation, blessed with long life, began to thrive in virtue. And thus were the 4 orders having Brahmanas at their head re-established. And, O protector of the earth, hundreds of thousands of creatures were born, and all were virtuous and began to multiply in virtue, all being free from sorrow and disease. And when the earth began to be again governed virtuously by the Kshatriyas, the other orders, having Brahmanas for their first, were filled with great joy. And he of 100 sacrifices, possessed also of 1,000 eyes, beholding that the Kshatriya monarchs ruled so virtuously, poured down vivifying showers at proper times and places, and blessed all creatures. Then, O king, no one of immature years died, and none knew a woman before attaining to age. And thus, O bull of the Bharata race, the earth, to the very coasts of the ocean, became filled with men that were all long-lived. The Vaisyas, with the help of bullocks, caused the earth to be tilled, and they never yoked the cattle themselves, and they fed with care all cattle that were lean. And the Brahmanas also all studied the Vedas with their branches in the Upanishads. And, O king, no Brahmana in those days ever sold the Vedas, i.e., taught for money, or ever read aloud the Vedas in the presence of a Sudra. And, O tiger among men, all persons, holding to the ways of virtue, did everything with eyes set upon virtue. And, O monarch, all the orders were mindful of their own respective duties. And, O bull of the Bharata race, when such was the blessed state of the terrestrial world, the Asuras, O lord of men, began to be born in kingly lines. And the sons of Diti, Deityas, being repeatedly defeated in war by the sons of Aditi, celestials, and deprived also of sovereignty and heaven, began to be incarnated on the earth. And, O protector of the earth, owing to those already born and to those that were being born, the earth became incapable of supporting herself. And amongst the sons of Diti and of Danu, cast out of heaven, some were born on the earth as kings of great pride and insolence. Possessed of great energy, they covered the earth in various shapes. Capable of oppressing all foes, they filled the earth, having the ocean for its boundaries. And the earth, thus oppressed by the mighty Asuras, endued with great strength and energy, and possessed of abundant means, began to think of waiting on Brahman. And then, O king, the earth, oppressed with weight and afflicted with fear, sought the protection of the grandsire of all creatures. And she beheld the divine Brahman, the creator of the worlds, who knoweth no deterioration, surrounded by the gods, brahmanas, and great rishis, of exceeding good fortune, and adored by delighted Gandharvas and Apsaras, always engaged in the service of the celestials. And the earth, desirous of protection, then represented everything to him in the presence, O Bharata, of all the regents of the worlds. And O Bharata, creator as he is of the universe, why should he not know fully what is in the minds of his creatures, including the very gods and the Asuras? O King, the Lord of the earth, the creator of all creatures, also called Isa, Samhu, Prajapati, then spake unto her. And Brahman said, O holder of wealth, for the accomplishment of the object for which thou hast approached me, I shall appoint all the dwellers in the heavens. And the Creator then commanded all the gods, saying, to ease the earth of her burden, go ye and have your births in her according to your respective parts, and seek ye strife, with the Asuras already born there. And all the gods with Indra, on hearing these words of the Lord of the Celestials, words that were true, desirable under the circumstances, and fraught with benefit, accepted them. And they all, having resolved to come down on earth in their respected parts, then went to Narayana, the slayer of all foes at Vaikunth, the one who has the discus and the mace in his hands, who is clad in purple, who is of great splendor, who hath of great splendor, who hath the lotus on his navel, who is the slayer of the foes of the gods, who is of eyes looking down upon his wide chest, in yoga attitude, who is the Lord of the Prajapati himself, the sovereign of all the gods, of mighty strength, who hath the mark of all, the auspicious whirl on his breast, who is the mover of everyone's faculties, and who is adored by all the gods. Him Indra, the most exalted of persons, addressed, saying, Be incarnate. And Hari replied, Let it be. Wow. And having commanded all the dwellers in heaven, Indra returned from the abode of Narayana. And the dwellers in heaven gradually became incarnate on earth for the destruction of the Asuras and for the welfare of the three worlds. And then, O tiger among kings, the celestials had their births, according as they pleased, in the races of Brahmarshis and royal sages. Yanamejaya said, I desire to hear from the beginning of the births of the gods, the Danavas, the Gandharvas, the Apsaras, men, Yakshas and Rakshasas. Nyain. Vaisampayana said, Indeed, I shall, having bowed down to the self-create, tell thee in detail the origin of the celestials and other creatures. Yirandos. Unto Daksha, one of the Prajapatis, were born 13 daughters of great good fortune. The daughters of Daksha are, O tiger among men and prince of the Bharata race, Aditi, Diti, Danu, Kala, Danayu, Sinhika, Krodha, Prada, Visva, Vinata, Kapila, Muni, and Kadru. From Aditi have sprung the 12 Adityas, who are the lords of the universe. And O Bharata, as they are according to their names, I shall recount them to thee. They are Datri, Mitra, Aryaman, Sakra, Varuna, Ansa, Vaga, Vivaswat, Usha, Savitri, Dashtri, and Vishnu. Diti had one son called Hiranyakasipu, and the illustrious Hiranyakasipu had 5 sons, all famous throughout the world. The eldest of them all was Prahlada, the next was Sarada, the third was Anuradha, and after him were Sivi and Vashkala. And O Bharata, it is known everywhere that Prahlada had 3 sons. They were Virokana, Kumbha, and Nikumba. And unto Virokana was born a son, Vali, of great prowess. And the son of Vali is known to be the great Ashura, Vana. And blessed with good fortune, Vana was a follower of Rudra, and was known also by the name of Mahakala. And Danu had 40 sons, O Bharata. The eldest of them all was Viprakiti of great fame Samvara, and Namuchi and Polaman, Asiloman and Kesi and Durjaya, Ayasiras, Aswaziras, and the powerful Aswazanku. Also Gaganamardan, and Vegavat, and Higavat, and He, called Ketumat, Swarbhanu, Aswa, Aswapati, Vishaparvan, and then Ajaka, and Aswagriva, and Sukshama, and Tuhunda of great strength, Ekapada and Ekachakra, Virupaksha, Mahodara, and Nikandra, and Nikumbha, Kupata, and then Kapata, Sarabha, and then Kapata, Sulabha, Surya, and then Chandramas. These in the race of Danu are stated to be well known. And Sinhika gave birth to Rahu, the persecutor of the sun and the moon, and to 3 others, Suchandra, Chandrahantri, and Chandrapramardana. And, O Bharata, the sons and the grandsons of these were known to be countless.
See?